What's going on, guys? My name is Matt and I'm going to help you automate your fitness business. Now, today I'm going to be going over 3 different tech stacks that you can use for various stages of business. So depending on where you are at your business, whether you're a beginner or whether you've been this for a long time and you're a seasoned vet, this is some tech stacks that you can use. I'm going to compare my opinion on them and also the cost, because that's one of the biggest things that coaches take into consideration when it comes to systemizing and automating their business, not automizing their business, is cost and effectiveness. So I'm going to jump in with the beginner first and foremost. So this is probably for anyone who's just starting out coaching, or they are still in the early stages of business. Maybe have 10 to 20 clients and you are more focused on delivering a really good service and building up your clientele rather than building up these systems to handle scale. So the first and foremost is going to be Google. So using Google Forms to take in your client details, and also Google Sheets to deliver your coaching. It is a super easy way to get started. Like, anyone can get started with a template and sell coaching, provided they're qualified, very quickly. And it's a real effective way for you to start communicating with your clients. And one thing that is a massive consideration here is that when people are getting started with you, people know how to use Google's infrastructure, and it's not hard for them to adapt to that. And it doesn't take long for you to actually train them in how to use your coaching systems, right? So if you're using these, it's probably a really good bet that your clients are going to get training faster, and that's one of the big things. So right now we are at $0 for beginner, so this is pretty good. The Google free plan will give you, I think it's like 15 gigs of storage anyway, so you don't need to upgrade anytime soon. However, when it comes to delivering your coaching, this is probably what you're going to do. In this situation, you're probably going to be using content as well to drive your lead acquisition. So it's really not going to cost you anything to post content other than time. So cost is going to be $0 plus time more than anything. I'm going to add to this as I go on as well. So beginner, I just wanted to keep it a bit simple. So literally it would be like someone fills out a Google form. So if we just get this here, so someone fills out a Google form, you then onboard them manually and you send in a Google Sheet when they're ready to go. Your next step up from this would be adding in like a Zapier. So Zapier or Make, Zapier probably if you're a beginner, to connect these platforms together. So we start to look at the Zapier pricing. If we have a look at this here, we start to build in some costs, but they do have a free plan as well. So their free is unlimited zaps, 2-step zaps. So it's only 1-to-1. So you can only take like a Google form and send it to your email, or you can only take a Google form and create a new Google Sheet. So this would be probably what you would be looking at doing. And then as you grow and as you progress, then this would improve and get further. So cost for this one is $0. It's not really complicated. It's actually quite easy. This is what I recommend a lot of coaches start with, especially to get their business off the ground. The next one we're going to go into is intermediate. So intermediate is, there's a couple of prerequisites that I would consider here. That you have figured out client acquisition. So you regularly get leads. Now, how many that you get per week or per month is it 100% varies per business. However, like if you're a high ticket coach and you get 2 leads a month that, pay you $10,000 a month, that's pretty damn good. But if you're a low ticket coach and you get 2 leads a month and you're only charging them, $200 a month, then that's probably not as great. So intermediate in this situation, I would say probably doing like, $10 to $25,000, $30,000 a month as a one-on-one coach. So that's where a lot of coaches sit once we've been doing it for a while, and you can kind of build on that from here. So what I'm going to suggest here is, if you've come from this like beginner stage and you have realize that you need to systemize your business in order to keep up with demand, or you need to better organize yourself, then there's a couple of tools that we can start using straight away. So one thing that I would suggest is something like Calendly. So getting your calendar in a place where you can accept bookings without you having to manually do it. So you have that calendar link on your Instagram, or you're running ads to it, whatever it might be. You can use something like Calendly to process your bookings. So looking at Calendly here, they've got a free option. However, most of the time this won't be enough for you. Like, I think it's even being able to connect with Zapier and webhooks is putting people most of the time on the $10 plan straight away. So I'm going to put the cost here as $10. So we're going to have a running costs thing. So give me one sec. So cost, oh no, I've got it down the bottom here. Whoops, that's stupid. So cost for this one, so Calendly is $10. So we're going to go 10 plus. And then we'll move on to the next ones in a second. But I think Calendly is a really good option. I think it's a clean user interface and it's really easy to use and get up and running. And relatively simple to connect to, something like Zapier, and being able to communicate with your clients becomes a lot easier. And booking those calls. It's got Zoom and Google Meet integration, so you can set up your Zoom to be the way that you converse with people, or you can just do a phone call. It's really up to you. But that's a really good one to start with. Moving on to the next part is like Trainerize or TrueCoach. Now, I'm going to talk about this in a little bit more detail and kind of explain why you would go for one or the other. However, it really does come down to your preference and using them both. So I would recommend using both of them before you even listen to my opinion. Is trust that you're going to be a bit different than me, and your priorities are a bit different too. So looking at Trainerize first, we've got most of people will go for their monthly billing option, not their yearly billing option. So a lot of coaches scale up over time and make more money in time. So it is always better to have monthly bills than forking out a big yearly bill. So one thing to note of Trainerize is they have a free basic tier, which is literally just getting started, one coaching client. So you can just test it out, see how it's running for you. However, most people are going to be either on the Grow or the not even the Grow. Grow is 2 clients, which is just ridiculous. I don't know why they have these options. They should just have it basic and get up to 2 clients. But most people are going to be either on this Pro or Studio Plus plan. So if we look at this here, so a realistic person using Trainerize, well, most of them that I meet are around 50 clients per person. Per coach, sorry. So that's $120 per month. All of these calculations are in USD, by the way. So you're looking at $120 a month. Now, Trainerize, a reason why I would use Trainerize is if you are someone who doesn't do hyper bespoke coaching. So if you are someone who is, works with general population, and most of the time you are helping them lose weight and you are trying to just dial in them to become a bit healthier and, build some muscle. And it's not so much like a vigorous, hyper-personalized, PCOS coach or hyper-personalized diabetes coach or something along those lines. So hyper-specific coaching, I still think should be done on Google Sheet. I didn't mention that before, but if you're a high-level powerlifting coach or a high-level bodybuilding coach, I would say more customizable options are better for you. But if you are someone who coaches your average person or coaches a specific niche where it's not super important that you are customizing tempo or customizing massive phases of coaching, whatever it might be, Trainerize is a good option for you. So that is why I would go for Trainerize. And if you are looking to automate more in the future, Trainerize is your best option. So being able to automate client onboarding, allocating of programs, meal plans, habits, groups, all that kind of stuff can be done. You can't really do that on a Google Sheet. So that's one thing that you should consider. So we've got $120 here. The other option here is TrueCoach. So TrueCoach is, in my opinion, a more user-friendly experience on both sides. I think it is not actually that hard to use as a coach, not that hard to use as a client as well. However, it looks a little bit different in terms of costs. So they've got a starter plan, 26 USD billed annually. Let's just switch this to monthly. So $29.99 billed monthly. up to 5 clients. So I think a little bit more expensive than a little bit more expensive than Trainerize. Up to 5 active clients, program and workout builder. It's got all the stuff in there that you really need, in-app messaging, all that kind of stuff. The next jump up there is probably where most people sit in that 20 to 50 range, is either the standard plan or the pro plan. So I'm going to say for most people, it's going to be in this intermediate category. They're going to need the pro plan because more than 20 people, they're paying $164 a month. So we're going to just put this as an optional plus 164. And the reason why someone might go for TrueCoach over Trainerize is for the interface. So if you really enjoy the TrueCoach interface over Trainerize and your clients appreciate it better, then you can definitely do that. One thing that TrueCoach have recently done, which was really setting them behind Trainerize, is they've added their Zapier integration. Admittedly, it's pretty darn bad. So you can only really do some basic stuff in there, and some of it is not very intuitive at all. So if you're looking to automate and like you've got a lot of clients, like you may be in the advanced step, I probably wouldn't go TrueCoach. I'd probably just go Trainerize. So looking at that, we've got right now it's a running total of 130 or 174 USD per month, moving into the next step. So one major step here from the intermediate is taking control of your onboarding process a little bit more. Now, taking charge of your onboarding process is upgrading from something like a Google form to a type form. Now, the reason why you would want to upgrade between them is aesthetics. So making it look nicer for your clients when they interact with your business. It can definitely make you feel a bit more premium if you have like a really nice application process. And your first impression does matter when it comes to coaching. So, you want to make sure that these people are taking you seriously and you don't just look like you've got a Google form for your very well off business, So the next thing that I would look at potentially adding in is Typeform. Now, Typeform is expensive for what it is. However, it is the market standard, in my opinion, of data collection, and it is quite easy to use. Now, I'm just got one of my accounts here that I've just brought up the pricing page from because it always takes me into Typeform. However, you've got a free option, which is 1 seat and 10 responses per month. So that resets every month. You can delete those responses as they come in and like never have to pay. So there's one option there. But most people will be on the basic, which is 100 responses per month. That covers most people. And you're looking at about, I think it's $29 USD a month. So that is something that you should consider. If you're getting more leads than like 100 per month, it's probably not the best for you. But Typeform, at least for that cost, is $29 per month. Another option that isn't a bad option is Jotform. If we look at pricing here on Jotform, again, it's not as aesthetic. However, it is quite good software, and it does have all of the same features that Typeform has. And most people would be able to get way enough done on their free starter option. So you can go 100 monthly submissions, 1 user, 5 forms, which is enough to get you going. Again, most people in that stage might need to pump up to bronze, and just to keep it fair, we're looking at $34 for that one there, for a very similar option to Typeform. So we're going to put an optional, what was that, 34? An optional 34 next to the 29. So 29 for Typeform, and then an optional 34. So right now, our running cost is 10, 130, 159, and we then move into Zapier. So Zapier, you definitely won't be able to get away with their free plan. I'm going to put this into USD just so it's easier for me to keep continuity across. You won't be able to get away from their free plan. It's just like the one-step zaps. So like saying one-to-one isn't really enough. So you would need to be either on the professional or Actually, they've simplified this recently. So the professional plan, and you probably, like a business might use, 1,000 zaps a month on average. So if we say 1,500 to make sure your bases are covered, you're looking at about $39 a month USD. So if we zip back into here, I'm going to add in 39 because that is usually what people are using. So just off the top, you've got Calendly for lead management, Trainerize and TrueCoach, Typeform and Jotform, Zapier or Make. Make is significantly cheaper if you wanted a cheaper option, but I'm not going to include it in this video. And then I'm just trying to think if there's anything else you might be using. You might be using, might be doing like ads. So you might be running meta ads. And, an average intermediate coach might spend, if they can afford it, $500 to $1,000 a month on ads. But I'm not going to add this into the running total. So I'm just meta ads. I'm going to add this in the running total because a lot of people are going to just do their acquisition organically for the most part anyway. So I'm just going to bracket this so we know that it's not included, but that's an option. So cost here, as I said before, 10, 120, so 130, 159, and then plus another 39, which is, what's that? My maths is terrible, so I'm just going to do the math here. 129, and then 29, and then 39, 207. Cool. So 207 per month USD. 207 USD, which isn't too bad. If you think about running a business, like if you're an in-person coach or you run a gym or whatever, your expenses are going to be a lot higher because you're going to pay rent to the gym, all of those different things that you may have not thought about in the past. So this is not bad, $207 a month. Moving on to the advanced. Now, obviously in intermediate, you can integrate any of these, but you are probably going to have more expenses as an advanced coach when you look to automate and systemize more of your business. And there are things you're going to need to consider. I'm going to go through that now as well. So first things first, advanced, go high level. I didn't include this into intermediate because you can get away with not using it. However, if you're getting, 10 or more leads, even a month, like if you're getting multiple leads a week, then having a CRM is so valuable, right? And it kind of gets to the point where Go High Level can replace Calendly, Google Form, Google Sheets, Typeform, Jotform, Zapier in some respects as a whole. So I kept it in the advanced section because it is expensive to do all of the previous things. So obviously there's the starter option of Go High Level, which is 97 USD a month. But for an advanced user, you're going to be on at least the 297, if not the SaaS mode, if you've got multiple things under you. So Go High Level in itself, 297 USD. So we're already eclipsed our previous costs. And the reason why I didn't add GHL into this is because I know I could keep this cost down lower. So 297 for Go High Level, which is going to, if we see this one here, you've got CRM pipeline management, sales funnels, website builder, surveys and forms, email marketing. You can see all the stuff in here. So it's really good value. It's saying $7,100 per month value for 297, which is pretty accurate. However, obviously you're not using all of these all at once. So it's really not, it's one of those overinflated value propositions. So 297, Trainerize, if we're looking at this here, you're going to be on Studio. If you're over 50, you could be still on the Pro plan, but I'm going to assume you have over 75 clients. So you're paying at least $165 a month. And if by that stage you want to start automating further, then Studio Plus is going to be required anyway. But I'll keep it on the smaller side. So let's say 100 clients and say $200 a month. I think that's fair. So cost plus 200 a month. And then we are looking at something like Jotform. As I said, GHL could replace that, but if you've built Typeform in intermediate, you're probably going to want to keep it because you realize that it's actually really nice. And you probably are going to be on one of the growth plans, or one of the business plans. So there will be a point in time where you get more leads than you can handle, and that will be, 1,000 or more, and you will need these systems to keep you in check. But I still think Business is enough for most advanced businesses. These growth and growth pro plans are a little bit excessive. It's like got lead enrichment where you can check people's contact details and make sure they're legit. Spam prevention, all this kind of stuff. You probably have this on a bigger business. So I don't know that this is required. I would mainly just say the business account is enough, or the plus. Like I'm using the plus plan on this account, which is about, it's expensive, $59 a month. For me in Australia, about $100 a month. So 708 USD per year, and I use it all the time. So either plus or business. I'm going to put in business for just argument's sake. So $99, and we move on. So next you've got Zapier. So again, you're probably on the professional plan, but using more zaps per month. Like a couple of businesses I'm working with are doing over 10K zaps a month, so 20 to 30. But you're looking at that 5,000 to 10,000 zaps per month, because you'll start using this to do internal tasks too. So for 10,000, using $129 worth, we add that in here, 129. And the last one, you're probably running ads by this time, but if you're not, then obviously there's no cost. But some businesses run $1,000 a day in ads. So this is really a variable that can increase and decrease like crazy. But this leaves us with a running total of 297, 200 plus 99 plus 129, which is 725 USD. What did I say? 725 USD, which is about $1,000 Australian if you're trying to keep up. So these are 3 different tech stacks for various different levels of business and the cost associated with them. I think this was a informative video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are questioning what stage you should be at, you're probably either one of these two. If you're trying to make the jump between beginning to intermediate, I would start with some of these, not all of them. So I would just take one at a time and slowly increase your capacity as you see fit. And then if you're looking to go to intermediate to advanced, then probably work with someone like myself to build these systems for you, someone who's done it multiple times and knows what they're doing, so you don't just start incurring random costs, and make sure they actually speak to each other properly. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you want a free guide on how to automate your business, it'll be in the link below. But I will speak to you guys again soon. Bye.